Hello. Good evening, good evening. Okay, let's get... I've got a little bit of the sniffles, so pardon that. Let's go ahead and start. My name is Heather Portwood, and I'm so glad that you're here tonight on Essential Perspectives, and we are going to go over some information on supplements, some of my favorites. And feel free, if you're on your phone or on your computer, if you have any questions, you can type those in the chat area, and I will get back to answering that. So, and if you just want to say hi or whatever, I like to use the chat. It's fun. It's kind of like a Facebook Live. Hey, let's see. Okay. All right. So first, welcome, and if you just started, using oils, sometimes obviously the next step is starting with supplements. So my top one that I love, hey mom. So my favorite one to start with is the red drink. So and it comes in like a 2-pack or a 4-pack or a 6-pack, and it even comes in little pouches that my kids love. We love to freeze them, and they eat it that way. So the main reason why red is so important and powerful is it's basically the antioxidant power. Antioxidants are important to the human body for a variety of reasons. Many parents know the importance of these compounds with fruits and berries, especially when we're feeding our kids. Hey, Jamae. Hey, Rachel. Not everybody really does understand how important supplementation is. Now, if you do a lot of research on food, I'll go over that in a little bit, but we know that our food that we're getting, the soil is poor. Even though it's organic, it's not really the most nutrient thing anymore, just because the nutrients in our soil just isn't there anymore. So another great thing for antioxidants, we're going to go over several antioxidants, but there's a lot of prevention that you can basically the antioxidants, a lot of what red does is prevent. So we teach all the time in our classes and in our Facebook group about preventing. Like if you prevent something, then you're not having to use as much oils. Well, it's the same thing with making sure that we prevent with supplementation. So a regular balance of antioxidants can help stave off the developments of many different kinds of the C word, the big C. Free radicals within the body can cause cell damage, leading to different types of growths. Another thing that antioxidants help a lot with is sun damage. I know if you're anything like I was when I was a child or a kid, like there was this whole, I think I was like in 7th and 8th grade, where we would lay tinfoil out. Mom, I don't know if you remember this. We would lay tinfoil out, and we would put baby oil on and like cook ourselves by the pool. Redonkulous. But that's what we did. So it's fairly easy not to pay attention when the sun starts burning the skin. So sunburns can be more than just simply turning the skin red. It's causing the affected area to hurt. So what that does is it causes cellular damage. Illnesses. Coincidentally, the foods that provide high levels of antioxidants are also those that include high levels of vitamins and minerals that can help with the prevention and illnesses. So these, I'm going to take a sip of my thieves' tea. So some of these vitamins that are super important are things like vitamin C, vitamin E, and beta carotene. A plentiful supply of antioxidants are in a whole variety of foods, although they are commonly found in fruits and vegetables and berries. Zinc is another antioxidant found in red meat, poultry, nuts, dairy products. So we know that we get some of this supplementation or our nutrients from our food, obviously. But we still are Western civilization, and let's be honest, the majority of us are not, 100% great on our diets. So this is going to lead us into the next supplement that I want to bring in, which is our enzymes. Now we have several different enzymes. We have Essentialzyme 4, we have Detoxzyme, Allerzyme. These are your digestive enzymes. So, and Gary talks a lot about it. You can even Google it. I think we have it in our Facebook page, but enzyme ramping protocol. If you Google that, you can kind of see, it'll kind of list how many to take when you're first starting to take enzymes. But enzymes are the spark that start the essential chemical reactions of our bodies that we need to live. They are necessary for digesting food, for stimulating the brain, for providing cellular energy, and for repairing all the tissues, organs, and cells. So there are a couple of different enzymes, like the type, not necessarily ours, but metabolic enzymes, digestive enzymes, and food enzymes. So our digestive enzymes break down food. So one great one to use is either Essentialzyme or Essentialzyme 4. And you can take that, I just kind of started doing how I felt because I'm a person who has kind of always had digestive problems. And so I like to take them before I eat. That's what works for me. So taking them before you eat. I don't necessarily take one before every single meal, but I will take them at least twice a day. So the digestive enzymes break down food, helping and allowing their nutrients to be absorbed into the bloodstream and used in body functions. Food enzymes are enzymes supplied to us through the food that we eat. In the enzyme nutrition axiom, Howell states that the length of life is inversely proportional to the rate of the exhaustion of the enzyme potential of an organism. The increased use of food enzymes promotes a decreased rate of exhaustion of the enzyme potential. In other words, in short, the more food enzymes you get, the longer and healthier you will live. So Gary used to teach a lot about enzymes. Detoxification. One of the roles of enzymes in the body is detoxification, breaking down toxic substances so that they are excreted and cannot build up into possibly cause harm. Although this is done by metabolic enzymes, research shows that enzymes found in the foods we eat are just not enough that we need. I think my mom's asking, can you break those down and put in your food? I mean, you could. There's a video on YouTube, I think it was, it might have been a couple of years ago. There was somebody that put, they had made a bowl of oatmeal, and then they put one of the enzymes in with the oatmeal, and it eventually liquefied it. It was really interesting. So now the Detoxzyme, they're smaller. I don't know. We can talk about it tomorrow when they come over. Okay, the next supplement that I'm going to talk about is longevity. And I've also heard Gary teach on this supplement a lot. Longevity may be the most important health supporting product available in the entire world. So we're going to look at, there's several oils in the supplement. There's clove oil, and it is the highest antioxidants of any substance measured so far. Sorry. Some of you may be familiar with the ORAC scale, and that is just a measurement of antioxidants. And clove is super cheap, and it's super high up there. Jamae's asking if you could only afford one enzyme, which one would you choose? I love Detoxzyme. I love it. I can take that in between meals. They're super tiny. And then I take a couple at night to help with detoxing. That's my favorite one. So clove. Unfortunately, as we age, our bodies, this is from my notes from convention. I think it was 2014 or 13. As we age, if you can picture this, our bodies rust and actually kind of start to go rancid on the inside. And that's just simply because we're not putting the right things in. We're eating all these toxic substances. We're overly burdened by, which last thing, Rachel? Longevity. Sorry. Longevity. Longevity, if that's what you're meaning. Oh, the ORAC maybe? ORAC. Okay, sorry. So that what that's called when our bodies rust and and they start to go rancid. This is called oxidation. So the antioxidants prevent oxidation in our bodies. So if you can just kind of think of the picture too, of eating an apple and then you set it out on the table and then it starts to go brown, that is because it's going through that oxidation process. So it's very important to eat a lot of antioxidant foods like fruits and vegetables. We just went over what the ORAC. The ORAC stands for Oxygen Radical Absorbance Capacity, and which indicates a food's ability to absorb free radicals which cause oxidation. I'm having some tongue twister problems tonight. Sorry about that. So raspberries are also considered a great antioxidant food. They actually measure 1,220 on the ORAC scale. Clove oil measures about 2 million. So that's just to put in perspective. This oil keeps our bodies from oxidizing or rusting from the inside out. Even more importantly, clove oil has been researched in its ability to reduce the stickiness of blood cells and without the side effects. So clove oil may help reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes. So the second oil in longevity is thyme. This oil was used during World War I to fight against anthrax, so it may help us stay very healthy. It also prevents the rancidity or oxidation of fats in our bodies. Our cells have a fatty coating which tends to go rancid over time. When that happens, oxygen and nutrients cannot get into the cell as easily, and the waste material cannot get out. The third oil in longevity is orange, which is probably one of my favorite oils. I like to put a lot of orange all over my tummy at night. If you look, thyme is, it is hot, but in comparison to oregano, in my thoughts, it's not as hot, but it does have that hotness. But in the supplement, I don't have a problem with it at all. Orange, which consists of about 95% of the molecule called limonene, and we've gone over that a lot. You want to, if you're a researcher, go look at that. That is one of the components that actually helps with the big C. Limonene is a molecule that we want to take into our bodies every single day. Every single day. And the fourth oil in longevity is frankincense. This oil is known kind of as a cure-all in ancient times, and today it is studied for a lot of its big C properties, but also immune supporting capabilities And frankincense is also in the limonene, so 12%. So this would also be something great to take every single day. So longevity may help reduce the risk of different types of things that we've talked about, heart attacks and strokes. We know it's great for anti-aging as in the oxidation. I'm having issues. This should be part of our everyday life from now on. So I love longevity. It also does come in an oil. I heard a news guy on the radio talking about frankincense today. Yep, everybody's getting a clue, aren't they? So there is an oil called longevity. I like to get that for my kids. And how I use that is I like to put that on the bottom of their feet. And that's how I use it for them. So, so with the supplement, I like to take those. Our next supplement that we're going to talk about is omega Gies. So we know how important those omega fatty acids are, especially to brain health. It actually ranks among the most 3 important essential nutrients out there today. In 2008, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published 3 studies investigating the role of EPA and DHA in the omega-3 fatty acids in the elderly population. Lower concentrations of EPA and DHA resulted in an increased risk of death from all causes. Also, as well as an accelerated cognitive decline. I know, let's see, when was that? 3 years ago at our Silver Retreat, the new product that had come out at convention was the MindWise. That's another great product. And it has been shown that, like, my parents' age group in the 60s, 70s, my mom's not 70. She'd shoot me if I said that, but she's not. Where was I going? Oh, that the main health concern is brain health. So my grandmother passed away with Alzheimer's, and it was just terrible, absolutely terrible. So making sure that we support our brain health is really, really, really important. So omega-3 also helps your heart, benefit your heart. An Italian study of 11,324 heart attack survivors found that patients supplementing with fish oils or the omegas reduced the risk. Okay? In a separate study, American medical researchers reported that men who consumed these oils or some fish once or more every week had a 50% lower risk of dying from sudden cardiac problems. So omega-3s, what they do is they help normalize and they regulate your cholesterol and your triglyceride levels. DHA affects your child's learning and behavior. So do you want to maximize your child's intellectual potential? Our omega Gies has such great impact on your brain health, and they are super teeny tiny, like they're small. So my son Jonathan, who is 3, he was a preemie, so we're a little bit delayed in some areas, and I like to give him, he takes Detoxzyme and omega Gies, just chews them up and swallows them. So it's great for kids too. Okay, our next one. Now, don't think that you all of a sudden have to get on all of these things all, oh my gosh, I need this, and this. Think about, do you eat the same thing every single day? I don't. You probably don't either. So when I first started taking supplements, and even my naturopath told me, you can rotate them. So maybe outside of the ones that you need to take every day, like your vitamin D, your vitamin C, things like I'm going over here, like I would take omegas every day. Of course, I have a history of depression, so I like to make sure that I'm supporting my brain and my mental health. But just you could take them every other day. So don't think you're needing to like take handfuls of supplements every day. That was something my naturopath actually told me. Alkaline is our next one. This is a great supplement. Great for kids too. It comes in a powder form. It's lemon lime flavoring. It's a little bit fizzy. It kicks heartburn out like that, stomach discomfort. It's just great. So alkaline is an amazing supplement for balancing the pH of the body. And we all know that it's important, how important it is to try to stay alkaline, because a lot of times certain diseases can't thrive in an alkaline environment. So alkaline may help reduce some of these signs that are based on acid and yeast and fungus. And I did put a post, was it this morning that I put it, or yesterday, about alkaline? And Gary used to teach a lot about how if your body's too acidic, your oils are going to go working on the acid in your bodies first. That's just one natural thing that they eat through and they break down. So using alkaline and trying to get in a more alkaline state, it's going to help your oils go work on things they need to work on quicker, because they're not having to spend time going through and breaking down the acid. So here are a couple of things that you might be dealing with if you do have a lot of yeast or fungus in your body. Fatigue and low energy, unexplained aches and pains, overweight conditions, low resistance to illness, allergies, headaches, irritability, mood swings, indigestion, diarrhea, constipation, UTIs. This is one thing to really, if you're somebody that gets a UTI a lot, you're probably super acidic. I have a couple of friends of mine that they get them regularly, like literally regularly, but they've gone through this chronic scenario of getting one, then going to get an antibiotic. Then they get over it, then they get another one, then they go get on another antibiotic. And it's just like a reoccurring cycle. And that keeps their body in a state of acidic, and fungus and candida. So moving on to sulfurzyme. Who loves their sulfurzyme? So sulfur may be referred to as somewhat a forgotten mineral that you don't hear mentioned very often. And it's important to know, I think it's in here. Well, I'll keep going, and if it doesn't mention it, I'll go back. So it's very important for optimal body function. Scientists are now saying that it's possible you're not getting enough sulfur in your diet. And that just makes sense, because it's not in our soil. Scientists are saying, okay, so they're not getting, in spite of the fact that it's found in so many foods. So some of the most excellent sources are high protein foods, such as organic pasteurized eggs, grass-fed meats, nuts, wild-caught salmon, leafy greens like kale and spinach and broccoli, even onions and garlic. So why is sulfur important? As MIT science researchers, they have noted in the Weston Price Foundation, sulfur is known as a healing mineral, and a sulfur deficiency often leads to pain and inflammation. It also plays a role in many biological processes, one of which is your metabolism. It is present in insulin, and the essential hormone that promotes the utilization of sugar derived from carbohydrates for fuel of the muscle and fat cells. So sulfur also plays a huge role in the detoxification process as well, as part of one of the most important antioxidants. So that your body produces glutathione. And if you know anything about glutathione, that's why I like to put the orange all over my tummy. It is something that our body produces that, again, helps with the detoxification process. It's super important. It's great. If you've done any type of research on autism and things like that, you're going to see the word glutathione mentioned quite a bit. So without sulfur, glutathione is actually rendered ineffective. And that's super, super significant because glutathione is our body's built-in detoxifier. Oops. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Next, Jute Power. I hope I'm not getting that annoying tickle in my throat that doesn't go away. Okay. Our Jute products, Jute Power, Juvatone. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm going to go get my thieves spray real quick. Super annoying. Sorry, guys. I may have to cut this short because the tickle just will not go away. And you just saw that I'm in my jammies. See, that's why you're not supposed to get up, because like you can wear your jammies because you guys don't see them. Okay. Juvatone and Jute Power are also very high in antioxidants. And we know that the Jute products, what they do is they help with the liver. So we know that the liver is our detoxifying organ. So taking anything with the word Jute, we have a couple of different oils. Jute Flex. Oh my gosh, I'm going blank. Jute Flex and Jute Cleanse. Sorry. Those are the oils, and I like to put those on everybody's liver every day. Yes, I love Jute Spice. Oh my gosh, me and Lauren Bretts like ask about it all the time because, I mean, I love to put that all over my popcorn. It was so good. I hope they bring it back. It was so good. I'm glad you like it. I'll ask them about it again, though. It was so good. Oh, Java. Okay. Okay, another important supplement. So important that it was actually the one that I brought in with me. And the light's making it. Okay, multigreens. So another very important product that Young Living has is called multigreens. Now, I'm a mom of 6. I homeschool. I'm home with them all day long. I cook 3 meals. I'm the lunch lady. I'm the maid. I'm the teacher. This is one of my best friends. So multigreens, if you have a problem feeling tired in the afternoon, or if you find yourself exhausted by evening, try taking 4. I know that sounds like a lot, but if you're fatigued, you need a little bit extra support. So you could start with 2 and see how it feels. But 4 after lunchtime, and you'll notice that the exhaustion is gone, starting literally the very first day you take it. You know, sometimes when we start implementing new things into our diet, or even oils, whenever you start using them, unless you're using something for like immediate relief, like for a headache or, you know, something like that, it might take you a while to kind of notice what it's doing. And for me, when I take Ninja Red, I notice a lot if we've run out and I haven't taken it. Like, I really notice it. But with multigreens, I take it and about 30 minutes later I can feel it. So it gives you energy, but you don't have a crash like you would take with like those crazy drinks and stuff. So multigreens gives you a very steady energy all the way until bedtime, but doesn't keep you awake. You can still sleep. So, sorry guys. Those are my top picks for supplements. And again, start with red if you haven't implemented them yet. That's my top choice. And then just kind of start adding them, you know? Add one to your ER order every month. It's something that we can't not do anymore because our food supply is just so poor. So I hope you guys have an amazing night and an amazing Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family. Make sure you take your stress oils, okay? Make sure you take your enzymes before you eat. Take some Digize with you and be prepared because it's one of the best food days of the year. So be prepared. Love you guys. Have a great night.